Oh God, look, there is a pubic hair in my brush. Oh no, wait. That's just one of Rochelle's little nappy hairs.
Why are you doing this to me, Laura? Do you think you're funny?
You really want to know why?
Yes, I really want to know why.
What's up, cousins? Welcome back to my channel. It's your country cousin Amber, and I'm back with another video. Before we get started with this video, if you like videos like this, if you like tips, if you like tricks, if you like tutorials, you definitely should be subscribed to my channel. So check right below me. Make sure that you have the subscribe button clicked as well as your notifications turned on so you don't miss more videos like these. Alright, so jumping right into this video, shedding is probably one of like the top 5 questions that I get in regards to my natural hair, to caring for my natural hair, and just people wanting to know like the #1 question, like what is normal shedding? How much is too much? When should I be worried? And I'm gonna cover all of that in this video. So first and foremost, of course, everyone's hair is different. Everything that I'm going to share in this video is just going to be based on my personal experience as well as just the research that I've done over these years. There is a difference from shedding, breakage, and hair loss. If you think that you are experiencing hair loss, if it is dramatic, if it is sudden, and there is no real reason that we may cover in this video, always, you know, talk to your doctor, talk to your hairstylist, talk to a professional. Don't just rely on YouTube, you know, for the care of your hair, because your hair could be letting you know that there is something bigger at play there, something that you need to be taking seriously. So with that being said, like I said, let's just start off with the basics. What is shedding? How do I know if my hair is shedding versus if my hair is breaking? And I think this is a common misconception. So a lot of times when we look in the brush and we see hairs in our brush, we automatically think that is shed hair, but sometimes it can be broken off hair. The best way to determine on whether or not the hair that you're looking at or the hair in your brush, whether it's shed hair or it's broken hair, is by simply examining the hair. If it is a shed hair, it is going to be long. It is usually going to be the length or the same length of your hair. So if you are somebody like me and you are waist length and then you are shedding like pieces of hair this small, that's not shedding. That is probably a strand of hair that has broken off, halfway broken off of your hair. The second face example of a shed piece of hair is by taking it and examining it a little bit closer and looking at the root. Generally, when a hair has shed, the complete strand of hair has completely shed off of your hair and another piece of hair is going to grow. I can't remember if I read that it's going to grow in its place or grow right next to it. I think I read somewhere, and you guys let me know in the comment section if this is right, because it's been so long. I think I read somewhere that once you shed that hair, hair doesn't grow back in that exact like follicle spot or whatever. It doesn't grow back in that exact spot, but it grows back very closely, because again, like the strands on your head are very small, so it can grow back right next to it, and it's not like it's gonna leave a bald spot where that piece of hair shed. If you examine the hair, usually you will be able to see the bulb still left in the root. So the complete hair has gone through its cycle, and if you look at it, you'll still be able to see the bulbs on the ends of the hair. So now that we've covered how to look for shed hair, let's just talk about what is the typical normal amount of shedding that you should be experiencing. The average person sheds 50 to 100 strands of hair per day. A lot of you've already heard that, so this may just be a refresher. You already expected me to say that, but if you are somebody who has never heard somebody talk about shedding before, that may seem like a lot of hair. Of course, everyone is different. Some people may shed a little bit more, some people may shed a little bit less, but that is going to be your average. So when you think about you're shedding 50 to 100 strands of hair per day, when are you noticing you're shedding? Are you the type of person who moisturizes and resets or touches your hair every single day? Or are you somebody who washes your hair once during the week and then goes back in 5 to 7 days later for another wash day? If you are somebody who is like me, who only washes their hair about every 4 to 5 days, then you have to take into account that most of your shed hair is still going to be in your hair, in your wash and goes, locked in your curly hair for those 4 or 5 days. So if you are shedding 50 to 100 strands of hair per day, and then you don't release or detangle out or wash out that shed hair, come day 5 of your wash day, you can be expecting to see, you know, almost anywhere up to 500 strands of hair and shed hair, and that still be perfectly normal. So for a lot of people who stretch their wash days, who are stretching their wash days a week, some naturals stretch their wash days as long as they can, upwards to 2 weeks, you haven't gotten that shed hair out of your hair, and then you are washing your hair and you're seeing all this excess shedding. You have to ask yourself, is this excess shedding, or is this just hair that has normally shed over the normal amount of time that I'm just now getting out of my hair? That is one reason why I don't like to stretch my wash days too long. I typically don't like to go more than 5 days without washing my hair, because the longer that I stretch my wash days, the more normal shedding that I'm gonna have to deal with. It's normal, but that doesn't mean it's any less tedious. That's the more shed hair I have to get out during wash day, the more tangles, the more time spent. Now, last but not least, I just wanted to come and talk to you guys about a couple of reasons that your hair could be excessively shedding. So like I mentioned earlier, your hair, just everybody's hair goes through a natural shedding process. It's normal. But then if you start to see excess shedding, this is usually your hair, your body's way of telling you that something has changed and your body is trying to compensate for it, or something is off and your body is letting you know this. The first reason you could be experiencing excess shedding is hormones. You guys hear about this all the time, especially in pregnant women. Pregnant women have something called postpartum shedding. Now, I've never had a baby, so I am not the person to ask, you know, what postpartum shedding looks like, what, you know, to expect, none of that. There definitely are a number of YouTubers, especially recently, who have recently given birth and have been tracking their experiences with postpartum shedding. So I'll leave a couple of my favorite influencers' channels in the description box, and you can check out their experiences with postpartum shedding if that is something that you think you could be experiencing. But even if you are not experiencing postpartum shedding, you could be experiencing hormonal shedding for a number of other reasons. Your hormones could be off. I mean, we're women, we're all big girls here. There are a number of reasons why your hormones could be off, and a number of reasons why you could be experiencing hormonal shedding. So if you have recently changed your birth control dosage, if you have recently experienced your cycle, if you've recently had anything that could be throwing your hormone balances off, just keep that into account, and you may want to have that conversation with your doctor. Another reason you could be experiencing excess shedding is too much protein. This one is very important because not enough naturals, I feel like, understand that protein is not always the answer. Like, a lot of people are protein sensitive and they don't know it, and they are using a lot of leave-in conditioners in particular, a lot of deep conditioners in particular, that are high in protein, and it is causing their hair to shed. Protein shedding can get serious, and it can get extreme to the point where you feel like you are losing your hair. We have seen this with a number of people who have tried products, and maybe they felt like the products took their hair out when really their hair went into protein overload, and they started to experience protein shedding. So if you are experiencing excess shedding and you have been using a product that is heavy in protein, or if you recently, you know, started incorporating like hair mayonnaise and other deep conditioners that are high in protein, you may want to start just slowly removing some of these items and see if that's what's going on, because that could be a quick, easy fix, and you don't want to just keep making this situation worse. On the opposite end of that, another reason that your hair could be excessively shedding is moisture overload. Not enough people know that you can absolutely go into moisture overload. One of the common causes of moisture overload is something I feel like a lot of naturals do, which is leaving our deep conditioners in forever. I am somebody who leaves my deep conditioners in forever. I have not ever experienced moisture overload just because I'm low porosity and my hair just eats up all that moisture, but everybody is different, and you know, sometimes more is not best. I'm not going to get too much into details as far as like the products that you can use to balance out protein overload or moisture overload, but I am coming to you guys soon with like my favorites, an updated just overall list of some of my favorite products. So I'll be sure to kind of touch on that in that video. But if you are interested in particular in products to balance out like the protein overload or moisture overload, just let me know in the comment section so I can just make sure that you guys actually want that included in the video. Your diet, you guys already know this. What you eat affects your body, what you're putting into your body, if you're getting enough water, if you are, you know, eating things that are just really throwing the pH of your body off, just throwing your whole body chemistry off, it can cause shedding. And last but not least, what personally for me is my #1 cause for excess shedding is stress. I don't care how healthy my hair regimen is. I don't care how much water I'm drinking. I don't care how good I'm eating. I don't care how good my products are. If I am stressed, I am going to experience excess shedding. That is just one of the signs that my body shows me to let me know, okay, you are really stressed. What is going on here? There is no way to really prevent shedding. I know that you know, people talk about preventing shedding. I know that there are a lot of theories out there to completely prevent shedding, but in my opinion, shedding is something that you just can't just 100% stop. Your hair has to go through those cycles. It eventually had that shed hair. It just has to eventually shed. Now, everybody's cycle may differ, but that hair, I mean, it's just like a woman's cycle. You know, it has to go through the process. So just keep that in mind. Trust the process with your hair. But that's it for this video, guys. I just wanted to give you guys my personal take on shedding because I do get those questions a lot. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, you definitely should be my cousin. So once again, I'm just asking everybody watching this video to make sure before you leave, you're subscribed to my channel and become my cousin. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.